Do you need me to make another ice machine run?
You know, there's some wounds that ice can't heal. What?
You, you have to admit, that was a pretty cheesy line.
You know, you have a really strange way of apologizing.
I'm sorry. It's just, we've been working through this all night, and I think I'm starting to lose it. Look, you know how I truly feel. You also know me better than anyone else. I made a stupid decision to protect you when we were kids, and it just kept escalating from there. I wanted to tell you so many times, but it got harder and harder, especially when you started leaving the tickets. I couldn't bring myself to take that away from you. It would be like you finding out that America's Next Top Hand model was fixed.
Wait, is it? Did you hear something?
No, I was just using that as an example.
Okay, because I don't think I could handle that right now. I think I always knew deep down that it was all too good to be true, that I'd never meet them, but I guess a part of me wanted to believe that maybe something bigger would come out of all of this, that it wasn't just about action figures or championships or entertaining millions of people, that it would help me find a part of myself that was missing.
But maybe something bigger did come out of all this. This wasn't about finding two people who would fill a hole in your life. It was about millions of people finding you to fill holes in their lives.
Now that was cheesy.
But it's true.
Maybe.
I have something for you.
Please don't tell me this is a letter from my long-lost aunt and uncle telling me to forgive my best friend.
Just open it.
What's this all about?
It's our new list. On one of my ice machine runs, or maybe it was one of the times you locked me out of the room, I can't remember, but I made some phone calls to management, and it's unprecedented, but they've agreed to let us get revenge on Brooklyn and Samoa Joe at tomorrow night's WrestleMania, assuming you're on board.
I guess we're coming out of retirement. This has to be some kind of record.
There's one other thing you need to know. Brooklyn and Samoa Joe agreed to the match, but only if we put our Hall of Fame spots on the line.
You really want to do this?
If we don't fight back after what they did, then we don't deserve those spots.
Package deal. I'm in.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the With Our Game channel. My name's AJ Gels. How y'all doing? We are back with WWE 2K20. I decided I wasn't going to hop out into the menus and do a whole bunch of skill upgrading, whatever. We'd just hop right into this chapter. In the last one, last video, I was really just befuddled by that entire thing. I couldn't speak. I couldn't get a goddamn sentence to string together. I was really unhappy with what they did in that chapter.
Hey, just wanted to let you know, I left 2 open seats in the audience just like you always did.
Why? I mean, obviously my birth parents aren't showing up anytime soon. So was it just for good luck or out of respect or something?
You'll see.
No, it's going to be his adopted parents. Let's be honest. Come on. It's pretty obvious twist. Total lost my train of thought there. Again, oh, it's happening. Yeah, like I said, I kept getting lost in just how bad I thought that last chapter was. It was obnoxiously short compared to everything else. I still think that how hard it's been to follow the timeline of this game, it made it even more confusing. Again, it's like I said, it's just we've never had like a firm like date of, okay, this is when this event happened, this is when this event happened. It always seemed just very vague and hard to follow. I'm not a fan of when games do that whole, oh, we're gonna tell our game as a flashback. It's fine in movies. I like it a little better. You know, I'm a Tarantino fan, but it didn't work for me. It usually doesn't work for me in games, especially this one. But yeah, I don't know. Here's hoping this one's better, even though I think it's off to a weak start, because I think it should have shown that fight between Red and Trey. And again, this is another thing of not showing the passage of time well. When they were sitting there, I figured that they had only been sitting there minutes, not all night. It's just, again, nitpicking, but it still bothers me. See, I'm also curious, are we going to have our matches against Brooklyn and Samoa Joe as part of like a mixed tag team match? Is this going to be two singles matches? What we doing here? Take that. I'm just kind of taking random skills now. But yeah, I stand by what I said, what I was trying to get across in the last video, of that this game was like I said, quirky and had flaws, but as a whole, the story mode's fun. Universe is still a good concept. I still think it's obnoxiously difficult to use, because I think that there's just so many technical issues, not just in the visuals, but there's just a lot of gameplay glitches and things in this game. Like I said, the menus are hard to use, and I'm not doing a good job of selling this game like I'm trying to. What I'm saying is the game itself isn't trash, but it's not great. It could have been way better. It's especially compared to some of the previous WWE games. But that last chapter really made, almost dropped it a full point to me if I was going to score this, if that makes sense. It really made me go, ugh. Yeah, why not? We'll take some foreign object offense. Pew, pew, pew. Anything else interesting? Pin escape, foreign object offense. There we go. Alright, now we're going to go through all of the, I'm trying to think here, we're going to go through all of our text messages and the podcast. There we go. I will say though, I'm extra angry at this game because we're not getting an elimination chamber. And we're not getting a chapter focused on the elimination chamber. There we go. I thought that's what the last one should have been. It's like I said. I think that they fused the timelines too soon. I think that they should have had the Hall of Fame event that we were talking at be way in the future, not literally right after they retire, right before the WrestleMania that they were leading up to. It just, like I said, it seemed like it all kind of came together too soon, and it didn't work to me. Can't believe what happened to you the other night. You two deserve better, but that's over. Tonight's your chance. Blah blah blah. Believe it or not, I'll be pulling for you tonight. And yes, you can call me Vipes. You've earned it. You and Red got this. There's no other possible outcome. That's right, podcasts.
We had a lot of things planned for today's WrestleMania preview show, but all those went out the window at the Hall of Fame ceremony when Brooklyn Von Braun and Samoa Joe assaulted Red and Trey, destroying the moment they'd been working for their entire careers.
There's just a lot to digest here. We're just on the outside covering this, so imagine what Red and Trey have been working through. This is their entire lives. I mean, Red had been keeping that secret from Trey all those years. How do you deal with that?
Look, I'll be the first to admit I've taken Red's side since day one, and she has some things she needs to reconcile with Trey, but that's between them. Yeah. And on the flip side, in no way does it excuse what Brooklyn did. So please, Kit, don't try to defend Brooklyn like you always do. I'm just not in the mood.
That's not what I'm doing. And honestly, I can't this time. Like you said, Red and Trey have their own stuff to work out, but what Brooklyn did crossed the line. That wasn't one-upping Red and Trey or outsmarting them. That was disgraceful. And I'm happy that apparently Red and Trey have been able to work out their issues to the extent that they'll be able to fight back against Brooklyn and Samoa Joe at WrestleMania.
For once, I agree with everything you said, but what will this cost Red and Trey? If they lose the match, they lose their Hall of Fame spots. And what if that was Brooklyn's goal all along and they're just playing right into it? Red and Trey, they have nothing to gain and everything to lose.
Well, I wouldn't say they have nothing to gain. I mean, they have their pride and their honor to uphold. And maybe if they defeat Brooklyn and Joe, they can finally stop Brooklyn from tormenting them ever again. I mean, the logical side of me doesn't know if that will happen, but in my heart, I hope that's what we'll see tonight.
Well, we're on the same page there. Good luck to Red and Trey.
Yeah.
And we'll be pulling for you.
Totally.
Okay, that was actually very well performed. I'm kind of hoping that we still get our, our Royal Rumble title opportunity against Joe, and that at the end of this one, not only do they keep their pride and beat their bullies, but they actually get to hold on to their titles.
In just a few hours, whatever horrible nightmare we've been living in will finally come to an end when the American hero takes her rightful spot in the WWE Hall of Fame alongside Samoa Joe. There aren't many things that truly give me joy, but ruining your big moment the other night and now being able to destroy your entire legacies forever? This is going to be the happiest time of my life. Goodbye forever, hothead.
Please know I wanted to help at the Hall of Fame, but was worried Joe would hurt Trey. After what they did, winning the match tonight won't be enough. You need to maim Brooklyn. What happened at the Hall of Fame was the worst thing I've ever seen all my years in the business. Tonight you avenged that. Pretty much all the same thing. There are a few things I know from facing you over the years. You're Calgary tough, you never quit, and blah, 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 blah.
It doesn't matter how tonight turns out, because either way, I'm proud of how far you and Red have come. I mean, sure, it'd be nice to be able to say I trained 2 WWE Hall of Famers, and I could probably raise my rates again. But like I said, doesn't matter.
Well, I know we didn't always see eye to eye, but me and Red owe you for helping us get our start.
What do you mean we didn't see eye to eye? You were my prize student. Never doubted you once. I used to call you Sure Thing Trey.
Are you serious? You thought I'd be a manager at best, and you definitely didn't think I'd make it to WWE, let alone become a Hall of Famer. I think you said something about pooping golden nuggets?
I don't recall that. Anyway, good luck, Sure Thing.
Thanks, Riley. I'm glad to know you're encouraging us.
I know you're going to tell us it's not too late to change our minds about the match and putting our Hall of Fame spots on the line, but we need to do this.
I wasn't going to say that at all. It's actually way too late to change your minds. The match is happening.
Oh. Okay, well, that's good then.
I was going to say that if things don't go well, Brooklyn and Samoa Joe can't erase your legacies. Everything you worked for and accomplished won't just disappear.
It sounds like you don't think we can win.
Look, you both have defied the odds before, but I'm just being realistic.
When it comes time to honor the Hall of Fame class tonight, we'll be out there front and center.
Look, I know we haven't spoken much since I've been gone, but I just wanted to say I'm pulling for you tonight. And Brooklyn had no right to exploit your past and ruin your big moment.
I appreciate you saying that.
But I also know how your impatience and temper can get the best of you sometimes. So I'm a little worried that you rushed into this match, especially considering your condition and what's at stake.
Thanks for your concern, seriously. But this is something we have to do, no matter what we could lose in the process.
You know, something I haven't really brought up yet. Sorry if I just went quiet there for a second, because I'm kind of thinking how I want to put this. I've been talking about the narrative issues with this game again. How I think that we have the whole passage of time thing has been really wonky. That there just been little narrative things that I thought were goofy and just bad. But one of the things that really does annoy me, that they're leading up to this big confrontation. There we go, between Red and Trey. You know, we have the whole thing of their, you know, who his parents are and all they're dead. Red's been lying this entire time. Okay, this looks dope.
24 hours, then you missed the news.
They
have a huge last-minute change to tonight's event. After being ambushed at the conclusion of their Hall of Fame speech, Red and Trey will seek revenge against Brooklyn Von Braun and Samoa Joe. And saying that the stakes are high feels like a severe understatement. If Brooklyn and Samoa Joe can defeat Red and Trey, they will take their spots in the WWE Hall of Fame.
And we've never seen anything like this before, and it's highly improbable we ever will again.
All right, now that that's done. Sorry, I was talking over some of the dialogue there.
Every competitor who enters the ring tonight and every championship that's contested, it's now time for the most important match of the evening. Red and Trey are here to take on Brooklyn Von Braun and Samoa Joe with their Hall of Fame spots on the line.
It's truly impressive. Red and Trey overcame both physical and emotional trauma to be here tonight. But I
love the Snickers promotions.
Someone to do just about anything, including putting everything they've dreamed of and worked for at risk.
Guys, what are these pieces of paper falling down from above? I believe it's supposed to symbolize their new list, and there's only one thing on it. Beat Brooklyn and Samoa Joe at WrestleMania.
This is why I left the 2 seats. It's time to move on.
I'm glad you're here.
I think that might have been Trey's adopted parents sitting at ringside.
I think you're right, Byron.
I've never heard Lita's entrance go that long. It's god damn, that's a good piece of music. No, what I was trying to get at before all that dialogue and that they're leading this whole confrontation between Red and Trey for so long. This whole her lying to him, the whole the letter thing. They're setting this up all throughout this game, and then the payoff for all that setup flies by so fast. It just. It didn't feel like it got the weight it deserved with all that setup. It kind of annoys me from a narrative perspective. It could have been so much better.
And now here are the 2 superstars who want nothing more than to take everything from Red and Trey to essentially erase their legacies in a single night. It's the so-called American hero, Brooklyn Von Braun and Samoa Joe.
Yeah, these two have a much different kind of bond than Red and Trey. It's an affiliation based on shared hatred for their opponents tonight, dating back years in both cases. Full disclosure, I think we're looking at the newest members of the WWE Hall of Fame class. Brooklyn and Samoa Joe have been unstoppable from both a mental and physical standpoint since the moment they joined forces. Red and Trey would have a hard time stopping them if they were at full strength, and we know they're not even close to that.
And there you see Red and Brooklyn facing off. There is so much history between these two. We're talking decades of hostility.
I don't know if it'll ever end, but we'll get at least some kind of resolution after tonight's contest is over.
We're not sure who's going to start the match tonight. It actually
I didn't notice that she had that paint to look like a bionic arm. I didn't notice that.
Apparently, it'll be Samoa Joe and Trey. Brooklyn's going to make Red wait to get her hands on her. Yet another calculated move.
So again, this is going to end up being a tag match.
Here we go!
See, from what I was saying in the last chapter, we didn't need the load screens every time somebody else got up on stage to fight with Red. It's just, why? Oh, and now we're starting in Yellow Health? There's been multiple fights in this game that I wondered, wait, we're supposed to be injured or already, you know, damaged or whatever, and we're starting at full health? Okay, whatever. Now we start from behind?
You have to consider what I said earlier. There's
whatever.
Red and Trey are 100 or even 50% after the brutal attack just 2 nights ago. Mark my words, that will be a factor at some point in this career-defining match. And again, yet another counter. Launched with a belly-to-belly.
Am I the only one who wished this wasn't a tag match? Because I was really hoping this would be...
Is Samoa Joe. He is a very, very horrible person. He doesn't lie to the public about what he is. He doesn't sit behind a gilded curtain and try to tell the world he's a good person seeking justice and righteousness. No. Samoa Joe seeks domination and victory. This is Samoa Joe, and you will know him by the trip all the way for the top. Drop kick hits the mark, turning the momentum to his favor. That is a man possessed right there. 2. Oh, he slammed his face right into the barricade. 4. The championship title up for grabs here. By the
is
end
it?
of this match, it'll finally have a home. 5.
Seriously, is this for the title? Also, how is this for a title if this is a tag match?
Trey escapes the Uranagi, and now he's got Samoa Joe in the Coquina clutch. Red takes Brooklyn down. Hold on, is this actually happening? It is. Red and Trey of Brooklyn, Von Braun and Samoa Joe locked in their own submission holds.
After everything that's happened among these 4 adversaries, this feels like the perfect ending.
Don't get ahead of yourself. They need to actually finish them off. Can Red and Trey do the unthinkable? Will Brooklyn and Samoa Joe give up?
They tapped.
It's over. Red and Trey have pulled off the impossible and ensure that they will forever be honored in the WWE Hall of Fame.
Really? That's it?
Takes place 20 times, and on 19 of those occasions, Brooklyn and Samoa Joe get the win, but not tonight. This was special. This was your night, Red and Trey.
Congratulations for the 2nd time on your Hall of Fame induction.
Did they just run out of budget? I mean, like, I'm remembering last year's where they built to this crescendo, and the end of the game was actually really good. Like, I mean, I was kind of on the fence with it all the way through, but in this one, the beginning I thought was fantastic, and up until now, it just...
Our first time seeing one of your matches in person, but we were always watching on TV.
We're proud of you, son. Can I still call you that?
Yeah. We have a lot of catching up to do. I'm sorry about that.
We all are. It's okay.
Ooh, we have some.
What is with all the Snickers placements?
Rena was selling it online, wasn't she?
Luckily, we've gotten good at puzzles in our old age. Oh my gosh! I thought I lost you, but you're back.
There's one thing left on there we need to finish crossing off.
It appears that the list has somehow been salvaged.
Red and Trey can now pick up where they left off 2 nights ago. Tonight, we witnessed the unexpected, an unexpected victory, an unexpected reconciliation, and finally the unexpected return of what some might think is just an old scrap of paper. But it was more than that to Red and Trey. It's what led them to this very moment that to them was expected all along. They may not have known how they'd end up here, but they knew when they created that list that this was their destiny.
Well said, Michael. Soak every bit of this in. Red and Trey, you deserve it.
You think you know me?
I'm blown away that that was the ending. Jesus Christ. Like I said, I thought last year's was hit and miss. Some chapters, there were some that were good, some that were okay, some that were bad. But the ending, like I said, I thought it ramped up into the ending. The ending was great. That final match against Braun Strowman was great. And this one, that was complete ass.
Please welcome the winners of tonight's match and still members of the WWE Hall of Fame, Red and Trey.
What are you pointing at? You're looking at the screen, dude. I mean, was I wrong? Is there more? Are there more chapters, or is that the end? Really? That was the end. That was terrible. Holy shit, that was awful. Wow. I mean, wow. I'm sorry. I like to end on a high note, but oh my god, that was bad. Like I said, I really up to this point, I thought there's been some highs and lows, and but nothing that was this bad. Just everything I thought this game was just kind of shoddily made a lot of time. That was my biggest issue with the game. But up until this was just poor writing. Like I said, this is the climax, where the crescendo leads, and it just peters out. I'm blown away that that they built something this good up to this point. And I'm talking just the story. If you want to say the game as a whole is ass, that's fine. But up to this point, they were actually building to something good. And just, it falls apart the last two chapters. I am astounded. And that's how they end this. Alright guys, like I said, I promised I would do the showcase for the Women's Revolution and everything like that. I'll get into that after I stand up. I'm going to take a short break. Yeah, my good mood has kind of been shot. So, thanks for watching. Like, comment, you're not already. Please subscribe to the channel. Social media is linked in the description. My name's AJ Gills, the Simplified Gaming Channel. I'm out.